Lila in Fairyland. Once upon a time there was a princess named Lila who lived in an enchanted kingdom. She was very curious and loved exploring the world around her. One day, she found a magical map that showed the way to the fairy forest, a place full of mystery and wonder. Lila was fascinated by the map and decided to follow the instructions to reach the fairy forest. She took her red cape, her picnic basket and her favorite book of fairy tales and slipped out of the castle. She walked through valleys, mountains and rivers until she reached the entrance to the forest. There, she saw a sign that read, "Caution! The fairy forest is a dangerous place for humans. Enter at your own risk." Lila was not intimidated by the warning and entered the forest, following the map. She soon fell in love with the colors, sounds and scents of nature. She saw flowers that glowed in the dark, birds that sang magical melodies, and butterflies that changed color. She continued walking through the forest until she reached a clearing where there was a big tree with a door. The map indicated that this was the entrance to the fairy kingdom. Lila knocked on the door and waited. After a few minutes, the door opened and a fairy appeared. She was small, had transparent wings, and wore a green dress. "Who are you, and what do you want?" asked the fairy in a thin voice. "My name is Lila, and I came to visit the fairy kingdom," replied Lila with a smile. "Are you a human?" asked the fairy with surprise. "Yes, I am," said Lila. "Do you know that humans are not welcome here?" asked the fairy suspiciously. "I know, but I don't want to hurt anyone. I just want to see your world and make new friends," said Lila sincerely. The fairy looked at Lila for a few moments and then sighed. "All right, I'll let you in, but just for today. And you have to promise me that you will obey the rules of the fairy kingdom," said the fairy. "What are the rules?" Lila asked. "The first rule is that you cannot tell anyone about the existence of the fairy realm. The second rule is that you cannot touch anything without permission. The third rule is that you cannot leave my side. And the fourth rule is that you must return before sunset," said the fairy. "I promise to follow all the rules," said Lila. "Very well, then come with me." "My name is Flora, and I am the keeper of the door," said the fairy. Flora took Lila inside the tree and closed the door behind them. Lila was amazed at what she saw. Inside the tree was a tunnel lit by crystal lanterns that led to a glowing portal. Flora explained that this was the portal to the fairy realm and that they had to go through it to get there. Lila took Flora's hand and walked through the portal. She felt a sensation of lightness and warmth in her body, and then she found herself in an incredible place. It was a gigantic garden with fruit trees, fountains of crystal clear water, rainbows in the sky, and many fairies flying everywhere. Lila was delighted with the beauty of the fairy kingdom and wanted to see everything up close. Flora showed him around the different parts of the garden and introduced him to some of her fairy friends. They were very friendly and fun and soon became friends with Lila too. Lila spent the whole day playing with the fairies in the garden. She learned to fly with wings borrowed from Flora, tasted delicious fruits she had never seen before, heard fantastic stories about the fairy kingdom and even participated in a dancing contest among the fairies. She had so much fun that she didn't even notice the time pass. When she looked up at the sky, she saw that the sun was setting and remembered Flora's fourth rule. "Flora, I have to go. The sun is setting," said Lila hurriedly. "Already?" But you just arrived, said Flora sadly. I know, but I promised to follow the rules. And I also have to get back to my castle before anyone notices I'm missing, said Lila. Okay, I understand. But will you ever come back? Asked Flora hopefully. Of course. I loved getting to know the fairy kingdom and making new friends like you. You can also visit me at my castle whenever you want, said Lila excitedly. Serious? Cool. So let's exchange our necklaces as a sign of eternal friendship, Flora said, taking her flower necklace around her neck and putting it on Lila. How beautiful! Thanks! Here is my pearl necklace for you, Lila said, taking her necklace off her neck and putting it on Flora. The two hugged and parted fondly. Flora took Lila to the portal and wished her good luck on her way home. Lila went through the portal and returned to the fairy forest. She followed the map out of the forest and then walked until she reached the castle. She entered the castle without being seen by anyone and went straight to her room. She kept the magic map, the book of fairy tales, and the flower necklace in a secret place under the bed. She lay down on the bed and smiled as she remembered her wonderful day in the fairy kingdom. She fell asleep dreaming about her new fairy friends and planning her next adventure in the fairy forest.